So the Dallas Cowboys just told us what their free agency plan is, and let's be honest, it is very weird. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Mauricio Rodriguez here at A to Z Sports Dallas. Today, we're talking Cowboys free agency because it is the week of the NFL Scouting Combine. And as you know, sure, the Underwear Olympics matter, but at the end of the day, it's also about learning what teams are thinking. It's an opportunity to hear from coaches, general managers, and sometimes de facto general managers, which is maybe what you could call Stephen Jones, at least on the free agency / contract side of things, Will McClay on the NFL draft side of things. Well, Stephen Jones talked to reporters on Monday, and he described the Cowboys' plans for free agency using two words. Now, we're going to get into what he actually said, but let me tell you something. Those two words he used, kind of ironic, and what we should think of this plan depends on which of these two words will carry more weight. That's because when talking to reporters, Stephen Jones said, and I quote, "We're going to look at everything we can. We're going to be selectively aggressive." Let me tell you this, selectively aggressive will be this year's version of Jerry Jones claiming the Cowboys were going to be all in last year. The reason why I say this is now we're going to debate what it means in the first place. When Jerry Jones said that the Cowboys were going to go all in, naturally, fans thought he meant it. Fans thought, hey, the Cowboys are going to spend money in acquiring players. In reality, Jerry's definition of all in was totally different, and I think fans were on the right side of things. He did say he was going to go all in. Didn't happen. But selectively aggressive leaves room for interpretation because the Cowboys could be selectively aggressive with an emphasis on selective, and they could do what they did last year, which was sign two outside players in March, and that was Eric Kendricks, Royce Freeman, the latter, a running back that didn't even play a single down for the Cowboys in 2024, while dragging out extension talks with Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. Last year, the Cowboys were way too selective, and they waited until the NFL draft to grab players that they were going to ask to start in week one, which is why they selected a left tackle that started week one, a center in the third round that started week one, and they even had to start fifth-round rookie Kalen Carson because they completely neglected the need for depth at cornerback. The Cowboys also refused to address the need for a defensive tackle, and they had to sign a couple in August when training camp was already well underway. In their eyes, they might have been aggressive because they got huge deals done with their top players, but they were selective to a fault. Now, alternatively, they could be selectively aggressive with an emphasis on aggressive. And in that scenario, the Cowboys would be quick to re-sign Ozo Digizua, not franchise tag him, which would give him a very inflexible cap hit, and get a deal done early with Micah Parsons to also lower his cap hit and be able to use those resources in free agency in March, in the thick of it, when actually great players are available. Now, they don't need to go ahead and sign the top name at a position, but they could sign a wide receiver that can be a legitimate number two behind CeeDee Lamb. Sure, the Cowboys could wait and draft Luther Burden in the 12th pick of the 2025 NFL draft, but now they would be tying themselves to a need. And who knows who's going to be on that board? You shouldn't be drafting for needs. The Cowboys could also address the need for defensive end depth now that DeMarcus Lawrence and Schultz Golston are pending free agents. They could target a cornerback and a linebacker now that Trevon Diggs and Marvin Overshown are dealing with injuries that might affect their availability early in 2025. They could get deals done with Jordan Lewis and Rico Dowdle, neither of which is expected to be paid at the top of the market, but solid players that can start for you. But not limit yourself to just re-signing your guys, actually adding and improving the team. For now, though, we gotta wait and see what Stephen Jones really means by saying selectively aggressive, and all I wish is that it means actually being aggressive and not do whatever the heck they did in 2024, which was no bueno.